Hi! Welcome to Mad Max. We're doing Nitsack, you can see on the top right, because you sure as heck can't see in the middle of that map. The numbers are in the description, so click show more if you want to jump to something specific there, along with timecodes. You get the idea, yellow, scavenging, and so on. Enough of that, let's crack on with the first scrap, or the first scavenging location, which has got 2 scrap and a bit of a fight. The scrap's really easy to find, both wide in the open, kind of next to each other right there. So let's tick number 1 off. I think there's 12 in total. So number 2, just 1 history relic here. It's not as I had expected, full of people fighting. I was really expecting this to be like inhabited by a bunch of the slashy guys who jump at your face. In the buzzard territory, I don't know. Anyway, there's the history relic. It's in the tram car. Usually, but not always, something in tram cars if you see one. Next to Stank Gum Camp, but the intel first. That's here in the middle by this rocky outcrop. Pull out the binoculars if you like. This one's kind of fun. There's 2 entrances from the roads, left and right, but then also a secret entrance at the bottom, which you'll see in a minute. From this guy, maybe. I don't know. Let's see. Yes. Take out the war crier, history relic, hidden entrance at the base of the bridge. Yeah. And it's pretty easy to find, although you will need to pull it down with the harpoon. I thought I would try and snipe as much as possible. It didn't go brilliantly. I got shot a little bit. There's a guy down on the bridge underneath who I didn't see there. So you probably want to pick him off first. And then the other snipers, it's possible to get them, but it's not the end of the world if you don't. Then I ran up here because I'm a fool and forgot to harpoon the ladder. So drop down, well, don't drop down, you'll lose some health. Kind of make your way safely down and then come back up here. And there we are, 1 history relic, 4 insignia, 8 scrap. Of course, also 23 fighters because it's a stank gum camp. Anyway, shuffle across there. Sorry about the camera going weird. And then climb up here and be prepared for your first fight. There's 5 guys here if you turn immediately to the left. One has a shiv. Always worth visiting an armory as well before you do a camp, so you're fully equipped. Anyway, there's some scrap in here just behind where you came up. Another one there, don't miss that. So that's 2 for 1. And then I headed up this side. There's a ladder this way. Looking around for insignia, and scrap number 3 is there, along with, I can only imagine what the war crier was attached to, I guess. I'm not really sure. Anyway, another dude there, or another 8 dudes there, so you might be able to snag Unstoppable if you haven't got it already. I stopped for some water and then saw that there was some food here, so grab that instead, and then come back around the way you entered, but go to the left as you're facing back the way, and there's scrap number 4. Up here for scrap number, the history relic. Doggy. I don't know the kid's name, and maybe just brought it. Oh, I brought the kid. Anyway, up and around to the left. Don't miss that Jimmy bar thing before you go up. There's an insignia in there. That's insignia number 1. We're going to get a couple out of order here, but don't worry about it. There's one of the snipers that we couldn't get. Pull that to make your way back in. You'll also need to do that if you came from the sides. And then when you come up here, see that thing there? That's rotating, and there's an insignia inside. So you need to basically stand there and wait till it turns around and you can see the insignia. You'll see that's number 4 because I missed it. It took me a while to find that one. Very sneaky. But that's actually number 2. Heading back around, drop to the left before you head all the way back to the centre to grab scrap number 5. So I think we're going to have, there's some ammo there and some water there, and then make your way back to the middle. This is where we climbed up, so we're just going to the other side. There's a sneaky insignia there, so switch back for that. You can either shoot it if you've got enough ammo. I try to conserve ammo even though I'm carrying a lot right now. That's number 3, not number 2. And then in here there's a weapon that you might want to grab, some scrap over there in the corner by another canteen. So again, fill up with water if you haven't already. The rest of the guys are obviously coming to fight. There's an insignia in there, but I saw these guys and decided to pick them off first, and I think that's the last set of guys. Yep, there we are. That might have been where the war crier was too, I'm not exactly sure. And you head back to that insignia we saw when we came up, and then from there, go to the, you'll see the insignia is on the right there. Go into this room here, there. Sorry, I know that gets a bit confusing, but basically from where you were with the insignia, come up, turn right, and you'll get that other scrap. And then just one more scrap up here. There we are. On the left. Sorry, got those last two out of order, and some ammo too if you need it. But that should be all you need for Gravebridge. Down to a Scarecrow. I feel like this is Scarecrow number 1. Oh, sniper right next to it, right. There's a couple of these. Just very closely grouped on the map, so they're kind of hard to pick out. I always pull down those just in case they give any scrap, but they never really do. From here we are heading to this minefield. I thought I'd just drive through it and see if I could set off any mines while I happened to be there, but I didn't manage to. Then a Fortified Scarecrow, massive Scarecrow. You can crash into that one though, if you need to. But, really go back and do cheats and upgrade your harpoon. It's so useful. Scavenging Location number 4? Is that right? 3, sorry. Bit of a fight as you come in, steal the weapon. By now you should have most of your passive skills upgraded if you've cleared out gut gashes and cheats in their entirety and done a handful of side missions as well. So you should be able to disarm and counter shiv with impunity, which is good news, right? The master parries I don't often get, which is kind of annoying. Also, if anyone knows how to do a jawbreaker, let me know, because there's a Wasteland challenge for that. Alright, on to a camp. This one's got a survey crew part, which is why Havoc Point, there we are. I found out about these kind of long distance things, and I try to remember to do them because it's a pretty cool way to roll the level in, because it runs in slow motion. Look, boom! So remember, there's one extra Molotov thing there when you come in. There's also some intel that I think I entirely failed to get. I drove in there, and the problem is if you set the alerts off and you have to get out of the car, the Molotov towers will eventually finish you. There's very little way to avoid that. So yeah, but we're one Molotov tower down. I think there's 3 more in total. There's the War Crier, one tower there, another tower there. Oh yeah, there we go. 3 plus well, one's a Thunderstick tower or whatever, but you get the idea. Tight perimeter defense certainly is. You just saw lots of explosives. Watch out for chain reactions. I forget if there's a secret entrance to this one. Sorry, I didn't have that little panel up quick enough. But for the most part, I get the secret entrances. Of course, this will be now one of the ones that I don't bother. And what an amazing bit of driving, I think you'll agree. Anyway, then took out the sniper, eventually. And you can shoot those Molotov towers from a distance. It just seemed like the safer option. That sniper was being a bit of a pain, so I had to move the car a little bit, but that post was my nemesis. Anyway, there we go with all those guys down. I also yanked down the sniper tower because there's a Wasteland challenge for that. So that's worth doing. You can just shoot the things with anything, any kind of weapon. Then, like an idiot, I drove into that. Yeah, okay, the secret entrance is around here to the right. This is a pretty brutal fight, I'll be honest. I died like 3 times here. There's a lot of waves of guys, as basically the tactic that I found worked for me was to get these boomsticks and wait till they're all clumped up, and it really thins the pack like that. There's a few of them lying around, and I think they respawn eventually, plus occasionally boomers will rock up. But that's the end of the first wave. There's a boomer as well, just to wrap that up. He came in from somewhere. Grab boomsticks and another wave come in. These guys slightly more vicious, slightly more weapons. There's a shield guy you might see at the back who's kind of a pain. Try and eliminate the War Crier at some point, either during the end of phase 1 or the beginning of phase 2. Otherwise, any mistakes you make, many of which are unavoidable, sadly, will just multiply, because every time you get hit you'll lose so much more damage. Another boomer. I think there's 3 or 2 more boomers in this wave. Yeah. And then there's one more wave coming. I was like, oh cool, okay, we're done editing this fight, but oh no, always more. And again, I just try and use the boomsticks to just spread them out. Weapon guy, if you can get his weapon off him, so much the better. I completely failed. And is there another shield guy? I can certainly see another weapon guy in there somewhere. There we go. So grabbing that weapon can really turn things around if you can get them on the floor. Fury as well. Is this where I get unstoppable? Is that why I've slowed it down? I really should have sped this up, shouldn't I? Oh well. Just finishing them off. Yeah, the other thing you can obviously do is get some armour. And here I finally remember to use the boomsticks. Although it fails miserably. And shotgun, right? Don't be afraid to use the shotgun. I've got loads of ammo. I don't know why I didn't use the shotgun more on those guys who are, hard to get the initial hit on. Oh, of course, yeah, the final 4th wave. Another shield guy. You can use boomsticks on shields, interestingly, and it'll blow the shield out. Is there a shield guy here? I feel like he's hiding in the darkness over to the left. Yeah, there he is. But Shield Shatter, it's only 400. It's a good investment. Once you get to Pink Eyes, you're going to meet a lot of what do they call them? War bucklers, and guys with even tougher shields. So Shield Shatter, if you don't have access to boomsticks or shotgun rounds, good at a pinch. Good in a pinch. Well, actually, just good always, because you can, when they're at the end, you can finish them off quickly and so on. Anyway, scrap number 1 there. This is pretty much all about the fight. All the bits and pieces are quite wide in the open. Scrap number 2 there, the other side. Up this ladder, scrap 3 and 4, insignia there, along with survey crew part there. Grab the insignia. It's insignia number 1. And then there's a pretty cool zip line there that I took. Not really necessary. But come around here, there's an insignia up there, so grab a boomstick for that, or shotgun, whichever you prefer. There's 3 oil pumps basically in the middle there, an insignia on the side there, and then some scrap at the back, 4 more to go, right? 1, you can see number 2 next to it on the right in that Jimmy box. I grabbed a boomstick here and I was like, shall I, shan't I? And I did, but it only got 2 of them, and then I looked away for the almighty explosion, so I'm really sorry about that. We missed the best bit, but it really went off. Look at that. Late to the party. Yeah, so scrap number 6 in that Jimmy box there. Scrap number 7, nothing in that bus. There was one of the snipers. In here, scrap number 7 and 8, there's a canteen at the end. And you may have seen a scrap on the side there, as I missed it twice when I was playing through, but I saw it immediately on the playthrough. There it is there. So the last 2 scrap in that container with the water. Yep, that's it. So 3 insignia, 8 scrap, and then the 3 oil pumps as well. And the project part, obviously the survey part, but that was kind of wide in the open. I started chasing that convoy, but then thought better of it and instead went after the Scarecrow. Scavenging location number 4 here. Sniper on the bus coach thing there, some scrap outside and some more scrap up top. I kind of trick jump up there before seeing that there was a ramp that you can get around that way. Sorry, the other scrap in the coach. So like I said, quite often stuff in coaches. There's a minefield over there, but not bothering with that yet. Try and time the minefields with your return to one of the strongholds if you need to fast travel back for any reason, or if you die, just bring the minecart out, the Chumbucket's buggy out. Yeah. Anyway, 2 scrap there, just 1 outside and 1 running through the bus all the way into the container. Then a loot encounter. These are just pointless. She wants you to bring her information to Pink Eye. You get 50 scrap. I shot her because she looks like she's dying anyway, right? But I couldn't loot her, so boom. She had quite a lot of scrap on her, and it looks like she would have got run over anyway. So you know, I kind of saved her from a nasty death. Then back to Pink Eyes. You'll see 50 scrap rolls up. On the bottom left, maybe you didn't actually, I missed it, but you get 50 scrap. Then, having just said when you return to Pink Eyes, bring Chum Buggy, that's not actually when I went back. But I go back a bit later and grab the buggy and just do the minefields a bit out of order. There's a sniper there after that Scarecrow. Those are the other 2 that are loaded on top of each other. Rather than shoot him, I just decided to come through here and smash through it that way. Whee! I'm kind of like playing with the camera. Sorry. Anyway, I thought I'd got an amazing battering ram here with this bit caught in the car. This was going to be a lot of fun, but no, it fell off. Oh well. From here, I think south to this scavenging location number 6. Yes. Nice bit of parking, I think you'll agree. 2 bits of scrap just in the open. Pretty straightforward one. Across to Scarecrow number... Can that be right? 4? 5? I tried to get an exploding Scarecrow as well. They're kind of cool. And then this cleanup crew part, which is scavenging location number 8. I always try and get, before I take these out, the cleanup crew and the survey crew parts, because it just makes life a bit easier. There's a Wasteland challenge for the survey crew. Sorry, for the scrap crew. So getting that early means if you leave it till the end, then... what am I trying to say here? Sorry. If you leave the scrap, if you leave the pickup cleanup crew till the end, the problem that you have there is you can see where the scrap and stuff and history relic is near the project part. Cleanup crew. That's right, if you leave the cleanup crew till the end, then there's a good chance that there won't be any patrols and you won't actually be able to make much money from killing stuff like convoys, with the cleanup crew automatically picking the scrap up. So yeah, I try and get them early. There's all on the way to this next objective. I found a buried car. Chumbucket will occasionally chirp up and talk about buried cars that he spotted, so pull those out. There's a reward for getting 5 out with your harpoon. Had a bit of a ride around there because there's a dude on the roof, I think maybe with a shield, I can't remember. I feel like he's not a sniper. Certainly got a weapon. But finish those guys off. And then head back into the compound. There's some water. Right from the water is scrap number 1. And then in the, yeah, there you go, the adjoining room is scrap number 2. From there, head up this ladder. And the history relic is over with all this stuff. Helen, I found this amongst a bunch of printouts. Down to scavenging location number 8, and this one is tied with, or is it 9? Sorry, it's 9. This one's tied with the Wasteland mission, a sign of the gods, which is drive to the harbour wall. It's in Chalkies. It's the second Gut Gash mission. You've got to do Ironclad Faith first, which is the subway car one. Come up here and it'll go, that's the thing we need. And you can't get in from there, sadly, so you have to go around and get it from the other side. Quite why you can't harpoon it off when you can rip down gigantic scarecrows is beyond me. But this is when you come around to Nitsack and do it now. So you're going from this side. There's 10 scrap in here, and there's little stairs down that way. Once in here, kind of just follow your way through until you meet the first guy. Scrap number 1 is right by him, and then plug on the only way you can. It's just kind of one way here. Until you get up to this section, you'll climb up to the right, not the left. And in this alcove here is scrap number 2, although it'll show us 10 because I missed it coming through the first time. Then carry on up here, stick to the right. I went to the left, which was foolish. Come around to the right. There's a bit of a fight in here. There's one guy with a weapon, and then maybe a shield guy. Certainly the next guy's got a weapon. In here there's 5 scrap. So there we go. 3. Yes, yeah. I don't know, shield or weapon. 4. 5 in this Jimmy box, and 6 and 7 in the oil pit around the back there. From there, head back to where you came into this little zone here, and I kind of I ran the wrong way for a long time. Turn right, not left, when you get there, is basically what I was trying to say there. Drop down here on the left, Jimmy box, number 7. Head down where you just got that Jimmy box to this dead end, but there's some scrap there by a fire. That's number 9, sorry, because we already got one out of order. And then number 10 is just up here. Past the water canteen, climb up to the right. It's as you get into the daylight. Here there'll be a guy to fight, and the scrap just underneath him. And then come around here. If you haven't got the Wasteland mission, it'll look like this, with loads of stuff in the way and you can't do anything. If you have got the Wasteland mission, all this stuff will be out of the way, and you interact with this red thing there on the right. See the Jimmy bar icon just popped up. Mash that, the thing will fall out. Again, why you couldn't harpoon it, I don't know, apart from plot device. Fire a flare, Wasteland mission complete. It says you get 200 scrap. I went back, or I looked, 1204 rather, 1254. You be the judge. So I think that's a horrible, horrible bug. Scrap location number 9. This one pretty easy, one behind the car. There. Maybe just one. No, there's another one, I think one around the other side. Yeah, there. Nothing too challenging. Is there a history relic? No, we're just running back to the car for the fun of it. Oh, this is when the 100% looted stopped appearing. That was just to remind me of that. I don't know why I'm reminding myself in the video, because it's not relevant to you, but sometimes, yeah, that 100% looted thing doesn't pop up. Bit of a fight here, couldn't be bothered with it, shot him. I think a couple more guys pop out now, yeah. Maybe just one. But there's scrap number 2. Is there anything else here? No. Then that's actually when I went back to Pink Ice to drop off that information from earlier, so I grabbed the buggy, and just careful when you're going over landmines, you know how to do it, but just don't drive over them with a buggy or you've got to pay scrap to fix them, which is pretty tedious. Then Minefield location number 2, same again. And then I just fired off the flare to get the car back. And we've got 1 Scarecrow, 1 scavenging location, a death race left, and then we're going to switch back from the Convoy, which you'll see on the west of the map. You should have hooked this, unlocked the Convoy by now. This relatively easy to get. I think I took it down quite nicely. Fortified Scarecrow, that one. It's a bit tricky getting up on that ramp, but if you stick to the right, you should be fine. Final scavenging location, number 12. Another one, kind of... Is this wide in the open? No, there's some stairs down, I think. Yeah, I just paused it. There's definitely some stairs down here anyway. Sniper up there, doing a lovely ballet pirouette. Then get out. There's some stairs kind of where that fire is. First scrap there up on the right, and then these guys all piled out. One had a weapon. Master melee disarm thing is always useful. Then down here there's basically one big room that's everything in. Everything is in. Second scrap there. Some ammo over there, and the history relic. I actually ran straight past it when I went through that little doorway there. Approach at your own risk. If we don't know you, we will shoot. Then the death race. This one actually, I mean, just persistence beat resistance. I had a couple of wipes early on. Come with lots of ammo. Fast travel once you get here. You can fast travel back to an armory and refill. But I just kept my finger on the boost button, which keeps these flames spitting out. Got a few kills with it. And just more or less stuck to the path, to be honest. You won't run out of fuel boosting the whole way like this, so it actually gives you more than enough time. You'll see I make some absolutely horrific mistakes at the end. I overshot it here, then thought I was going to get bashed to death, and then just drove into this post. So I wasted a good, 10, I would say, even 15 seconds there, and still managed to get just the legendary. So you should be fine. Just, yeah, luck. And then finally the Convoy, Thunderpoon on that guy. This one got a bit sloppy. It kind of spread out over about 10 minutes because I forgot to, as you can probably see, there's no armour on me, so I just kept getting mashed up. I would like get one set of guys down a bit of health, and then that was that. I don't know why I didn't think to use the harpoon on the dude at the back either, but it looked kind of like all his barrels were already exploded. Got one of the guys there, got another one there. Well, didn't really, just kind of softened his armour up a bit. Yeah, Thunderpoon, close range, not the end of the world. 5 left, and again I'm not sure why I'm not using Thunderpoons on this dude. But there we are. And then caught him up, eventually. And grinded him to death. And look, there's a fuel can there, so again, why I didn't shoot that? Beyond me. I don't know. Who knows? Then as I was picking it up, a whole bunch more dudes came up. I ran into a wall because I'm so very, very clever. There was a bit of a fist fight, but it was over pretty quickly. And then the convoy thing was on top of the reward, so I just had to yank it off with a harpoon, and there we are, slightly dark. Horned sort of devil angel baby, I don't know, terrifying regardless. On the left I hope that was useful. On the left, pink eye, all the minefields, if that's all you need. On the right, rotten rusties. We're going to go anti-clockwise around pink eye's territory. But that's it for now. I hope it was useful. I'll see you in the next video. Love, bye.